Hi, welcome to another travel video by Gary Rose Travels. Please click like and subscribe for more travel videos, and also visit GaryRoseTravels.com for all the best budget backpack advice, and also you can find Gary Rose Travels on Facebook. So this video is part 3 of my backpacking in India route series that I am making. So we've already heard about transport in India, accommodation in India, what to expect when you arrive from the airports, and also visa requirements. In this video I'm going to be talking about when is the best time to visit India. I'll also be talking about where to visit in India and what is the main tourist shakedown that you will experience. So when is the best time to visit India? Now, with India being such a huge country, very often in different parts, at the same time of the year, you can experience completely different types of weather. Very often, people have come to us and have said, "We're going to India, but we're going in August. What will it be like?" And to be honest, most of India is a complete washout. However, there are some parts which are still perfectly accessible and perfectly pleasant to visit. So first of all, the prime months to visit are between November and March. This is obviously when places are the most busy, they're the most crowded, they're the most pricey, but it's when the weather is the absolute best. If you're going to visit in November, you'll be there after the monsoon, so the south will be really lush and really green. In the desert, the air will be nice and clear because prior to this you get a lot of sandstorms. In November they will have had the rains and the air will have settled, so it will be nice and clear. Again, you'll get those nice mountain views in the north. Also, you will get in December time, the desert will be nice temperature. It'll be quite cool at night, but it'll still be just warm in the day, so it's nice to visit the desert. Moving on to like January, February time, visiting the Andaman Islands is fantastic. In January, February, the seas will be nice and clear, it'll be nice and calm. The monsoons won't have started. Again, it'll be quite lush still. The days will be about 25 to 30 degrees, so it'll be nice and hot, but not too hot. Also, as I said, the seas will be nice and calm, so if you want to do snorkeling and diving, it's fantastic for them. Moving forward into like March, April time, it'll begin to get quite hot and quite dry. And then if you're in the south, you'll start seeing rain clouds gathering sort of April, May time onwards. So my advice would be, if you're in India for a year, get out of the south and head up to the north, because in Ladakh the barley harvest is starting in June, July. Well, they're still growing the barley in June, July, and you get along the Indus River, you get a lovely strip of bright green, which really breaks up the landscape, and I'm sure you will have seen in some of Gary's photographs. This is what makes it so spectacular. And then in August they harvest the barley and they have huge festivals which are really amazing to go and see. So if you're going to go to Ladakh, you want to go between May and August. If you're in India for a long period of time, get out of the mainland between May and August, go up to Ladakh. It's very busy up there then, but it's the best time. If you are in the mainland during like between May to August time, what I would suggest is head into Rajasthan, because it's the last place to get the monsoon. Although it will be very hot and quite dry prior to the monsoon, it will still be quite dry, because in the south it will literally be so wet you won't really be able to move. Parts of it will be flooded. Also, disease will be quite high because of the amount of rain, because of mosquito. So if you are in the country during this time, I would suggest head into the northwest, basically Rajasthan, Gujarat, these areas, because they will be a little bit drier for longer. The monsoon doesn't tend to last for a long time in these areas. That is sadly partly due to global warming. so it does have a detrimental effect as well. It's not really a good thing. However, you can still visit parts of it. Okay, so that is when to visit India. So where to go in India? You want to visit the best tourist spots if you're only there for a few weeks, understandably. You want to go to the Taj Mahal, you want to go to Jodhpur, Jaipur, Agra, Delhi, perhaps you want to go to Varanasi, Calcutta. These are the main tourist draws in the north. You will have noticed in these videos, and my previous videos, I tend to focus on the north. This is because that's where most tourists tend to head. So if you're wondering why that is why. I also talk about Ladakh quite a lot because, again, a lot of people head there. We have been to the south and to the west and to the northeast and all over. However, most people, that is where they tend to go. So therefore, it makes sense to make the most videos about that. So if you're wondering why, that is why. So we're going to call these towns and cities the shakedown spots. They're quite notorious, known in India as being the shakedown. So New Delhi, what is that like to visit? When Gary first rocked up in New Delhi about 10 years ago, he found camels on the main strip of Paharganj, which is where the main tourist area is. That has changed now. It's now quite an up-and-coming area. It's still a little bit seedy in parts, however, there's no camels. And they do quite a lot of work, the Indian government, to clean up Paharganj, to make it tourist friendly, to make, there's brands and there's the shops there that tourists recognise. It's quite close to Connaught Place, which is the main shopping area in New Delhi. It's a very upmarket there. So yeah, it's quite nice, and especially if you've been on the road for a long time, or perhaps if you're new to India and you want something familiar, that is where to go. There's lots of budget accommodation in Paharganj, and there's lots of competition for accommodation and eating, so it's not overly expensive. So basically, when you get there to Paharganj, chances are you will come out of New Delhi railway station. You want to cross the road, come out of this railway station and just keep walking. Don't be lured into rickshaws and taxis and cycle rickshaws, because literally Paharganj is 2 minutes walk away. So out the railway station and just keep going through a car park, through a big barrier. When you come out of the barrier, you'll see a really, really busy road. This is called Chelmsford Road. It'll be really full with buses and cars and motorbikes, and it'll be quite hectic. However, you need to get across that road. Again, don't let anybody tell you to get into a rickshaw, because they'll try, and there's absolutely no point. All you need to do is cross the road. So you're going to get across Chelmsford Road, and then when you get there, you'll see two smaller roads. One is Paharganj, and the other is Basant Road. One is Basant Road, one is Paharganj. Paharganj is the one which is really busy with market traders and stalls. Basant Road is mainly full of Indian travel agents. So you've crossed the road, you can see the two. You then go through a very small market square that sells fruit. At all times of the year, they sell fruit. So don't think, oh, what will they be selling? Will it be the right one? There's only one. Go straight through the market square and you'll see Paharganj and Basant Road. It goes straight down Paharganj. There's lots of like Indian stores that sell chai and sunglasses and t-shirts. That is Paharganj, and it's quite a big road. So just keep going down. And now you will be being approached by lots of vendors, lots of people trying to get you into hotels, lots of people trying to sell you money, basically lots and lots of touts. However, what I would recommend you do is you head to a tourist cafe or a restaurant or something, perhaps somewhere, if it's your first time, you're not sure, just keep going till you see the looks of one that you like the look of. There's a really nice cafe down there called Kathmandu Cafe. It's about halfway down. I would dip into one of the many eateries available and just sit down, get yourself a cup of tea or water, and have a look through your guidebook as to exactly where you are and where the nearest places that are reputable nearby. You can also find some other tourists and ask them where are they staying, what are they paying, how is it, because you'll be at all times of the year you'll be surrounded by tourists. So it doesn't really matter which time you go. Don't worry, they'll be people there. So that's what I would do. Don't let anybody kind of lead you down any alleyways and say, look, I've got all this, it's only 400 rupees or 600 rupees and they're offering amazing facilities, because if it sounds too good to be true, then quite often it is. So yeah, just take your time, don't be rushed, basically is what I'm saying. Don't be rushed, and don't